Welcome back to Zen Dragon Healing High Vibrationers, and welcome to First Timers. This is a walking meditation exercise that we're going to do today, and this can be really effective at bringing your awareness into abundance, bringing your awareness into gratitude. I'm here in one of my favorite places. It's sort of a hidden trail in a local park that goes along a river here and leads back to a dock where I've come and brought people on many occasions to do meditation. But you can do a walking meditation exercise anywhere at any time. There's just a couple of things that you need to know about doing a walking meditation exercise. One is silence. You want to be perfectly silent. Whether you do this at a park, on a nature trail, at the beach, or in the middle of New York City, okay, where there's millions of people walking along, hustling and bustling, you want to remain perfectly silent, inside and outside, for the duration of this meditation. Many occasions I've done a walking meditation exercise where I'll encounter a lot of people. I like to exchange a simple smile with people and a nod, but otherwise remain silent. We don't want to have any verbal exchange with anyone else. We don't want to have any verbal exchange with others. Another part of this is our five senses. We want to fully engage our five senses in the world around us. Okay, so what that means is we're going to be observing. Now, while we're observing, most often what happens with us is our egoic minds are narrating what it is that we pick up with our five senses. In other words, the egoic mind is identifying sounds, identifying visuals, identifying smells, even identifying things that we taste and that we feel, like the wind blowing on our skin. The problem with this is that the egoic mind doesn't just identify these things, it quantifies them, it judges them. Okay, so we want to release our judgment of what it is that we're perceiving with our five senses during this walking meditation exercise. All right, now what that means specifically is we want to let go of our good, bad, right, and wrong assessments of what it is that we perceive. Okay, so we want to simply observe, but then leave it at that. Okay, we don't need to let our egoic minds tell a story about what it is that we're observing. Now, doing this, walking, and we want to walk steady. You don't want to stop during this walking meditation. You want to touch things, probably not strangers, but things. If you're in a city, maybe you want to touch buildings or a guardrail. You want to engage all five of your senses fully, without judgment, in silence, while walking. I would suggest for this particular exercise that you go 10 to 15 minutes. Of course, you could go longer if you would like, but at least 10 minutes. Now, what this does is it brings us into full awareness of all of our senses. And it takes us out of that egoic inside awareness of constant narration. And this can really help. This exercise can really help to improve our sixth sense, or our intuition, or ESP, or whatever it is that you'd like to call it. Because the single biggest thing that blocks our sixth sense is the way that the egoic mind uses the other five senses. All right, so find yourself a spot, find yourself a time. Remember, you want to remain perfectly silent. You want to keep walking and release your judgment while you engage all five of your senses. And towards the end of your walking meditation exercise, you want to find a spot to just sit and be perfectly still and perfectly quiet for a moment. If you do this properly, I guarantee a powerful experience with awakening and awareness. Guarantee it. You'll want to do it more and more. It's one of my favorite exercises. In fact, for our upcoming meditation class this Friday, January 13th, I think it is. Oh, it is. It's Friday the 13th. It's also the full moon. The space that I normally use for my meditation is pre-booked by another group who's doing a spiritual retreat. So I don't have use of that space this week. So I decided that we would do our meditation out at the beach, and I'm going to perform a walking meditation with the group. I expect that we're going to have a really cool experience. If you're in the Vero Beach, Port St. Lucie, Fort Pierce area of South Florida, and you'd like to get in on this meditation, by all means join us 6:45 at the Jetty Park in Fort Pierce. We'll do a smudging ceremony and then we'll begin our meditation after a brief instruction. This particular class I'm doing donation only. I'm not charging the usual $10 per person for the hour of the class. And I'd like to welcome as many people as possible. I want to bring as many people in on this wonderful experience as possible, and share this love and this energy that we're going to be drawing in with this month's full moon on Friday the 13th. How cool is that? All right. Peace, brothers and sisters.